Chinese authorities have indefinitely detained at least 800,000 and possibly more than 2 million Uyghurs, ethnic Kazakhs, and members of other Muslim minorities in internment camps.
Müslümanların joyu gerek, Müslümanın diyagi жазуын, мұсылман киімін бәрін жоғалту керек.
Ешқандай көрмедім де, не бір дауысын естімедім. Сонымен ол аз деп өнін қойын, мына 13 жастағы қызымды да саяси үйренуге кіргізіп кетіпті.
Hello everyone, I'm Zainab Salbi. I'm the host of Through Her Eyes at Yahoo News, and I am here with a very courageous woman who's taking a lot of risks to speak with us today. As we are here today, there are between 800,000 and up to 2 million Uyghur Muslims in China are being forced in what is known as the largest mass incarceration of ethnic minority population in the world today. And their crimes is their identity. Gulchehra Hoja, tell us what's happening.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Zainab. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First of all, I want to thank all of you. And I'm very happy and I am very honored to be here with all of you. Amazing and a beautiful, powerful woman. You know what? Even because I'm here, maybe back home my family gonna be in danger. Because in the internment camp, millions of Uyghurs, millions of Uyghur women just like us struggle just to exist today. So in there, 24 of my family members in there.
So explain what's happening, because we are hearing that these are forced labor camps where the Chinese government are basically taking people in an arbitrary way, women, men, children, and putting them in camps. What exactly, I mean, you helped one woman to Mahigul to come to the US who escaped one of these camps. Can you tell us, both through her own story, because you know her personally, what she encountered? What are the people encountering there?
As Mihrigul, the only survivors from the camp, as she described, she witnessed 9 deaths in 1 month in the internment camp. The woman's being tortured mentally, physically, starving, even tortured to death, ill-treated. So I witnessed Mihrigul not just physically damaged, even emotionally and psychologically, deeply damaged. So it takes time to heal from this tragedy.
So why this is happening? The Chinese government is saying these are re-education camps, right? But they are targeting particularly one ethnic groups who happens to be Muslims. Why that? What's the reasons for that, such targeting?
Yeah. In the history, this land is called East Turkestan. After Chinese government occupied this country named Xinjiang Autonomous Region. Xinjiang meaning is in China is new territory. So after 1949, Chinese government using very hard policy to occupy this country more strongly, and they using assimilation policy. But recently, Chinese government gets strong. As we know, the politically and economically. Right now, our identity, our defense as a threat to the Chinese government. So they harshing up the policy to just cleansing, ethnic cleansing to our people. Not only Uyghurs, 11.3 as Chinese government saying, but also the other Kazakh, Kyrgyz, Uzbeks. There's many other ethnic minorities being sent to the camps because of their different identity.
So how do you get, so there is a targeting of religious and ethnic identities. It, you know, I heard someone call it modern days ethnic genocide, basically. How can you hear what's happening there when there's such a blockade of all news from China?
Of course, as a journalist.
You're a journalist with Radio Free Asia.
Yes, I am in Radio Free Asia. We've been targeting human rights issues and abuses in the region by Chinese government. So this is not the recent happening. It's like systematic crackdown to our people. But from the 2017, this internment camp happening. But Chinese government closing this area very, very harshly, and then doesn't let any journalists free to check those internment camps. But we have witnesses alive right now, talk to the media bravely, like Mihrgül. Even her whole family in the hostage in the Chinese government's hand, but she speaks for those women in the camp, for those Uyghurs being punished, innocent Uyghurs and the women and the children.
I just want to be clear because I got this chance to see some of Mahigur's death. She got arrested simply for being a Muslim, basically. She's a mother of 3 children.
Yes.
They put her in a camp just because who she is. There's nothing she has done. She was not an activist, nothing, nothing.
Yes, even you travel abroad, even you have a relative in other country, even you have phone contact with your friends or family member abroad. This is seeing a crime in China right now.
So what's happening to your family? You're from there, you grew up there. What's happening to your own family? I mean, you're one of the only people who are speaking out about the situation over there. You testified in front of Congress. You spoke to the Secretary of State. You're speaking here. What are the risks you are taking?
Radio Free Asia is the only voice for Uyghurs in the international media. So because we are the voice for voiceless Uyghur people, that's why Chinese government seeing as a threat. So after the camps start, we were targeting this issue. And then Chinese government just targeting our family to keep us silent. When I heard first time my brother arrested in 2017, September, I was silent because of my mom asked me to silence. She's still hoping like maybe they will free your brother after just few months. So please, I want to my son alive, she was asking me. And I was keeping silence. But after 2018, February, I heard my mom and my other cousin, my aunts, 2,000 people round up, sending to camp just because of me. So I couldn't just keep silence. I make my decision to speak up to the whole world.
Wow. And what is your message to them? I mean, this is very hard because it's a personal price you're paying. What is your message? What do you speak? What do you want the world to hear?
You know, Uyghur women, just as like other women, play very, very important role in the Uyghur society. In tradition says, Uyghur woman, while Uyghur woman rocking the cradle with left hand, they rocking the world with another. So today, when our people struggle just to exist, this is the day, this is the time we have to be true women to rock the world, to awaken the world, to saying, stand up, please. We need everybody, every woman, live like a human with dignity, freely.
Thank you, Gul. Let's talk about life there, because a lot of people don't know about the Uyghur people, frankly, and you're educating us all. And recently, there was a Wall Street journalist who has been going to the Xinjiang province back and forth, and he made a video about how it was before, 2 years ago, and how it is now. Let's take a look, and just to get some context about what's happening.
Returning a year after our first reporting trip to Urumqi, we found the city had changed dramatically.
What's this?
This is how things looked on our last visit. Security in the city was heavy, with the police, the military, and armored tanks on the streets. Life in Uyghur neighborhoods was still hectic. This was a market downtown with busy stalls of Uyghurs socializing. 12 months later, the scene had changed dramatically.
A year ago, we were here, and there was a market in this street. There were kind of stalls up and down the street selling all kinds of stuff, Uyghur shops. Now all of it is gone.
Many streets are now empty, with entire Uyghur neighborhoods destroyed. Shops and restaurants shut down, and mosques fallen silent.
How does it make you feel to see what's happening to your homeland?
Yeah, I remember that day, Wall Street Journal interviewed me. Before we speak, they showed me the whole video about my neighborhood, but I couldn't recognize at all. Nothing there. So I was saying, they're not just destroying my country, my neighborhood. They're destroying all my memory. My memory. So I was saying, but they cannot destroy our soul, our hope. We can rebuild. I believe that we can.
So, Gul, your aunt has gone insane as a result of torture. Your nephews and nieces are separated from their families. Your brother, is he still in prison? Is he still in their camp? Not in prison, in camp?
Yes.
And your mother is released, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of I raised my voice, maybe. Mm-hmm. They released my mom after 40-some days later. Mm-hmm. So as she described, she been tortured, she been ill-treated, many, many others. I cannot say everything. Maybe I will put my mother, because of that, in danger.
What's your message for the Uyghur people who may be hearing you today? Maybe not in China, but somewhere else.
So I want to say, I am here for represent them. So world give us stage. I am the one of them, and I am the one of you. You know, the Uyghurs saying, Gul is my name, start with Gul. You can notice many Uyghurs' name in beginning with Gul, which means flowers, and or ending with Gul. That means we're treating women grows as flower. Everybody knows flowers doesn't choose the beautiful place to grow. The flower grow wherever the earth, they were beautified the earth, the land. So I saw so many beautiful, beautiful flowers today. We together can beautify this world together. Thank you.
I have a few questions. One is, you know, when Tiananmen Square happened in China, the US and the international community spoke up and did something about it. They were imposed sanctions. Is the international community doing anything about it right now in China, vis-a-vis China?
I would say anybody, any media paying attention to this tragedy, been 2 years going on in my country for my people, but the awareness, not enough. So we didn't see any action from the global community, from the governments, not enough.
And not even from Muslim-dominated country.
No.
And why is that? Why do you think? Is it because of China's economic power? I mean, what is it?
Maybe they should ask themselves, do you have a human heart? Do you have a human eyes to see this reality, this tragedy? So I want to ask them. I cannot speak for them. So how can you answer your next generation to this question when the tragedy happening again? What are you doing in that time? Can you answer? Do you have an answer? Who's just standing, do nothing, and pretending not seeing anything? No. We are in the media. We are in this stage today. Whole world knows Uyghurs are suffering in the internment camps in China.
This is 2019,
Yes.
and there are internment camps right now in China. And they're being forced to produce products and food and electronics that we may be buying in here.
Yes.
So what can we individuals do if we are to make a stand and saying they are camps and people are being tortured and we need to make an act? What can we do?
You said, in the small scale, as an individual, we can just refuse to buy Chinese product. Beginning with that. So talk to your neighbor, talk to your friends about us, talk to your children, even your teachers, even your students. Just bring awareness to the next step. Not only government can make change to the world, I believe everyone, every individuals, together we can make change. I believe that strongly.
Absolutely. Thank you. I was just in China myself, and what I learned is that all religious minorities are actually being persecuted. The Uyghur Muslims are the most in terms of camps, And I feel as I look at the rise of that power, injustice starts with the minorities. And then when we are silent about watching that, then just watch and see who else it will hit. So, it just starts with the minorities in China, but it could go and become a much, much bigger atrocities in the future. And the stand that we have to make is right now. There are 11 million Uyghur Muslims right now being persecuted.
Being threatening,
Yes.
yes. Even you are not internment camp. Chinese government sending about 3 million Chinese officials living with Uyghur families, forcing their daughters to marry Chinese officials, separate their children from the mother, from the families. These children becoming orphanage, even their parents alive, because their both parents sending to the internment camp. There's many, we don't know how many Uyghur children being sending to those children camps, we can say. It's orphanage houses. This is most painful and the breaking heart situation. in the Uyghur region.
And may we all be part of making change possible. Thank you so much, Gul.
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
courage. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.